Welcome to the Best Me podcast. Your best tomorrow starts today. I'm your host, Ellen Livingston. I believe showing up each and every day as the best version of myself doesn't happen on accident. It takes awareness and planning. On this podcast, I talk about planning for ways to improve my health, develop a sense of purpose in everyday life, and create meaningful connections so I can be the best me I can be. And so can you. Let's get started. Hey there, besties. It's me, Ellen. Thanks for listening today. If you are a regular listener of the Best Me podcast, you know at the end of each podcast, I always say, be kind. And the reason I do this is because one of my Best Me lifestyle goals is to be a kind person. So I feel like today I should talk a bit about what this means. Being kind and being nice aren't the same thing. And there's a reason I say be kind, not be nice. Being nice on the surface might seem like an attribute to strive for, but if you go a little deeper, being nice really is self-serving. Being nice oftentimes isn't genuine because we typically are nice for selfish reasons. Are you thinking, I thought being nice was a good thing. Well, it can be, but realize sometimes we are just nice to others to fit in socially. And this is when you're polite and pleasant and agreeable with the people you're around, either like at a party, or maybe you're at a school event, or maybe your kids play sports and you're hanging out with all the parents from that group, and you're nice because you want to fit in and be accepted, and you want other people to be nice to you. And in work situations, most people are really nice to their coworkers and, of course, their bosses because they want to be known as a team player, or, they don't want to ruin their chance of getting a promotion. And just because you're nice to your coworkers or you're nice to your boss, it doesn't really mean you have to like them. And I'm going to give you a crazy example here. This is really messed up. But one time when I was teaching in an inner city school district a long time ago, back in the 80s, and I won't mention the school district, there was this one teacher. Well, she really wasn't a teacher. She was the secretary. But there was this one secretary, and she kind of controlled all the extra paper and supplies that were available to the teachers in the building, but she wasn't a very nice person. And if she didn't like you, you didn't get anything. And so everybody was nice to her because they wanted their paper and they wanted their supplies. Even though she wasn't a very nice person, we were all nice to her just so we could get our paper. And I know that's really messed up, but that was a long time ago. But anyway, ultimately, we act nice because we want something in return. Either we want someone to be nice back to us, or maybe with our boss, like we want a promotion, or maybe with like the secretary at the school I'm talking about, we wanted our supplies. Now, I know you may be thinking, hey, I'm nice because I like being nice, and I get it. I do too. I actually like taking a grocery cart back for someone at the grocery store, or holding the door for someone whose hands might be full. And I truly do this because I like to be nice. But I do get something in return. I feel good about myself. And that's not a bad thing, but it is something that I get in return for being nice. And honestly, this world needs more people who are nice, even if you're not genuine. Just because treating others with respect is what makes our world a better place. And remember, you don't have to like someone to be nice to them. And being nice is appropriate in most situations because being courteous and respectful is way better than being rude or disrespectful. And you guys know, with the ability that people have on social media to be mean or cruel or just to make fun of other people, it can get so depressing. And if you are on social media, like most of us are, you already know this. And there are people who never miss a chance to put other people down. And I guess because it makes them feel better or makes them feel superior. But you know what, guys? I'm getting way off my point. My point is my best me lifestyle goal is to be kind. And how is this different from being nice? When you are kind to others, you genuinely care and you have the intention of having a good outcome or positive outcome for another person. And it comes from a place of compassion and empathy and generosity. And I know it seems like I'm splitting hairs because we often exchange these words, but kindness is rooted in the well-being of others. And kindness doesn't always mean being nice. It can be difficult. For example, let's say you have a friend who's drinking too much or just too often. The nice thing to do might be to ignore the behavior so you can avoid an awkward conversation, where the kind thing to do is to have that hard conversation and see if they need help. You're not getting anything from this. You're coming at your friend from a place of compassion. Another example of the difference between niceness and kindness is, let's say you have a neighbor who's sick. You might call them up and say, "Hey, I hope you feel better soon. Let me know if there's anything I can do." And you kind of leave it at that, and you know you're not really going to be doing anything for them. But being kind is, if you know your neighbor's sick and you notice it's trash day, you might go, "Oh, I'm going to pull their trash bin out to the curb for them because they're not feeling well." Or you may go, "Oh gosh, my neighbor's not feeling well. I'm going to go ahead and mow their front lawn while I'm mowing mine." So kindness requires some action on your part. It requires you to put others first, to make someone else's situation in life better. And who doesn't want to live in a society where compassion and empathy and generosity is commonplace? Being nice and getting along with others makes our lives easier, but kindness can truly change the world. That's all I have for today, besties. If you know someone who you think would like to hear what I talked about today, please share this with them. Be kind, be positive, and be your best. And remember, small progress is still progress. Thanks for listening to the Best Me podcast. If you would like to make a comment, suggest a podcast topic, or just say hi, send me an email at bestmepodcast@gmail.com. I hope you'll join me next week as I continue to talk about how to be the best me I can be. This episode was edited by Adam Boatwright. If you need any help with music, audio and video editing, or digital arts, be sure and check him out at adamboatwright.com. That's ADAMBOATRIGHT.com.